Welcome to Portland, Oregon, a beautiful city that serves up luscious wines, healthy food, and some of the best artisanal coffee I've ever tasted. Now that sounds like a perfect combination to me. So join me as we roll up our sleeves and find out what's on the menu today in Portland. I'm here today at Tin Shed Restaurant that prides itself in using fresh, wholesome ingredients. In fact, they even have their own philosophy, which is, it's not just the destination, it's the journey. So what exactly does that mean? How about we go inside and find out?
Anything you get here, you know it's going to be tasty, and I know it's going to be healthy.
I really like the outdoor atmosphere with the fireplace.
They have a little setup where you can fill your coffee cup while you wait for a table.
Just a really warm sense of community.
That's nice. Jeanette?
Hey!
Hi, Nathan, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
It is really nice in here.
Nice.
Very cozy.
I like it.
You kind of offer a little something for everybody. Why?
Because we have a really diverse population of people who live here, and we're working on a new gluten-free menu.
This is a nice big space. What's your kitchen like? Can I jump in there and see what's going on?
It's pretty tiny. In fact, I used to work for a chef who said, you can't do 400 covers in this kitchen.
That's a lot. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Maybe you could blow out this wall and make the kitchen a little bigger.
But I'd love that.
Here we go. What you don't have in the width, you've made up on the length. So this is pretty nice. Call me your sous chef for the day.
Okay.
If you had a couple of recipes you wanted to show people, give me the top 3 right off the bat.
The one that comes to mind right away is our fish tacos. Should we just make them?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it. It's a little vegetable oil, yellow onion, tilapia.
And you added in the beginning instead of letting the onions caramelize?
I do. I found that we're not really caramelizing the onions. We want them to be a little bit crisp. Give the dish a little tiny bit of texture. And we're adding to that our special shed seasoning.
That's gonna remain a special shed secret. I have a strange feeling. Okay.
Maybe. Actually, what's in this is paprika, cumin, salt, and cayenne pepper. So we're gonna grab corn tortillas while that finishes up. We're just gonna give them a little heat, soften them up, and throw them together.
That is perfect. By the time you warm up the tortillas, the fish is already properly cooked, and that's a fast, nutritious, delicious meal. Plate number 1, order up. And remember, fish contains protein without a lot of fat.
Now this is our jalapeno cilantro creme fraiche.
Oh, this is nice.
This is shredded
fresh
cabbage. All right, and then we're finishing this dish up with a little fresh salsa fresca.
What do we have in there?
We have tomato, onion, jalapeno pepper, lime juice, garlic, salt.
I love it.
Yeah, and then a little extra cilantro for this one because I think cilantro really sets it off.
The thing about cooking really fresh is it is nice and healthy. We have fish, a lean fish, fresh vegetables being cooked very quickly, nice spices, at the crunch with the fresh cabbage, jalapeno. It's gonna be hot, but the creme fraiche and lime pulls that whole thing down.
It does.
I can't wait to take a bite.
And they're there, the fish tacos.
May I go in here?
Please do.
Will you join me?
Sure.
Okay, done.
I'm hungry.
Lime?
Yes, please.
Excellent.
Oh,
Going
yeah.
in, chef.
I'm going into it. You can't stop me.
Oh, no, nor would I want to. Oh, my
It
goodness.
might be a little messy.
Oh, well,
I'm really good. Really good.
give me a moment on this one. I'm gonna savor this.
I know it's going to be tasty, and I know it's going to be healthy.
Whatever the sauce is has just enough of a bite to it. The fish is really tender. It's really tasty.
Excellent. So when you choose the right type of fish for the right dish, like a tilapia, it's a lean fish, it's very inexpensive, and you also have these fresh vegetables. You can have dinner on the table in like 15 minutes flat, and it's really good. Who wouldn't love a dish like this?
Hey, we're doing fish. Why don't we do some salmon?
Love it, love it.
Copper River wild Alaskan salmon, blackening seasoning, oil.
Skin side down.
Skin side down. We're doing that so that when the skin cooks, we can peel it off real nicely. We're gonna serve this with some beluga lentils, black beluga lentils, and a little bit of sauteed spinach.
Now the thing about lentils, they're really deeply underutilized in this country. If you want a little more iron in your diet, you can actually sub this out with some green or French Puy, P-U-I lentils. Cup for cup, French green lentils have 7 times more iron than spinach. You just cook them in a little water, some mirepoix like onions, carrots, celery, some bay leaves or what have you, until they're just to the bite, and that's it. Drain them, and here we go. Pretty simple.
Throw a little garlic in there, a little bit of white wine.
Sherry vinegar.
Just a titch. Vinegar and lentils, best friends. The vinegar really sets off the lentils. The greens are gonna cook down quite a bit. I think that salmon's ready to come off the grill.
This is wild salmon. Look at the color on this. It's not like a light pink color like the farm salmon you would see. What's the season for salmon up here in the Pacific Northwest, Chef?
So we have a spring run and we have a fall run. So we get to enjoy salmon in the fall, although I must say the spring are my favorite.
Another reason to come to Portland.
Yeah.
I'm going in.
You gotta get a nice balanced bite.
That's really nice. Touch of garlic in there. That's a perfect sauteed spinach. But the true star is the salmon, that wild salmon. It's succulent and buttery. This is an amazing dish. But you're also known to serve a mean cup of coffee. Where do you source your coffee from?
A company called Portland Roasting. They roast a blend particularly for us.
If I go there and check out what they have going on, can I come back and possibly cook another dish?
Sure.
Perfect. That's excellent. I'm off to the source of a special blend of coffee to learn how the beans and roasting create a harmony of taste. I've arrived at one of Portland, Oregon's most respected coffee roasters. It's also where the fabulous Tin Shed gets their delicious house blend. Mark Stell is the managing partner. Mark, how you doing? Nathan.
Nice to meet you, Nathan.
They said that you would be down here. What do you have here?
Well, this is just a way to test coffees that comes in off the trucks. What I look for here when I'm sampling coffees is uniformity in color, size, and we'll roast it, cup it, and then if it passes our quality, we keep it and send it to the consumer. So when you're looking at coffees, like for example for me, when I'm looking at this coffee, I want to see the color is supposed to be a certain pale greenness. In this case, this is a rainforest lines from Papua New Guinea. And if I look at another coffee, you can even see just a slight difference. This
it's darker.
You can see some red hues on this.
Right.
It indicates that it's been dried a different way.
Now, could you use this bean for espresso, or is this kind of bean specifically for drip coffee? And how does that work?
Well, these two may actually blend well together. So we cup them and sample them together, and they actually may complement really well. This may have a really nice flavor quality, so we may use a little bit with this and a little bit with that to create the perfect blend.
So we can all be friends. Yeah, exactly. Portland Roasting Coffee uses beans that are sustainably and organically grown. Once they're imported from all around the globe, they are roasted to perfection.
This is Ryan, our lead roaster.
Ryan, how you doing, brother?
Essentially what's happening is it's cooking to a certain temperature and color. And Ryan, let's see where we're at in the roast. Can you pull out the dryer and show us where the roast level's at? You kind of see it's still really light. It's getting a little bit pale.
Right.
In the next 10 minutes, it'll start to get a little darker and darker. Essentially, when we get to the temperature, then it's the artisan here, Ryan, that will be watching color. We can control everything, the drum speed, heat temperature, airflow, the burner size, all that stuff we can control through a program. We always leave it up to our roasters to really pull it at the right moment.
No pressure, Ryan. Get this. New research shows that drinking coffee in moderation may counter several risk factors for heart attack, stroke, and even type 2 diabetes. From what I've been told, whole beans always going to be better than if you grind it and then you wait for a long period of time because the oils start to break down. Is that the way it works?
Yeah, the moment you grind it, the lifespan decreases by 50% overnight. But this coffee is an organic Mexican, so what you want to do is just take one bean and crack it and smell it by your nose. It almost smells really nutty, sweet. It's perfect. Right now, it's at its best. But let's go try some coffee in our cupping room, and I'll show you what we're talking about.
Thought you would never ask.
All right,
Mark.
excellent. This is our coffee tasting room. This is where we evaluate all our coffee. We want to make sure the quality is always right. So what we've done is roasted the coffees. We're going to sample 2 different types. This is an Ethiopian organic. Smell the coffee. You smell a nuttiness, almost like a caramel. The next step is going to be brewing it. Typically, you want all 3 cups to have the same smell. So I'll just smell really lightly. No pressure. I just skim it off, take all the grounds out. You take a little bit, and you slurp it to spray your whole palate. You try it?
You have a nice shirt on.
You got to test all 3, so you're looking for consistency in the roast. And this could be a particular blend, like the Tin Shed. We have a dark coffee and a light coffee, and they love the marriage of the 2.
Mark, this has been really great. Thank you so much for showing me around. I have to get back to the Tin Shed.
Don't forget their coffee, and say hello to the girls for me.
I will. Excellent. And thanks for being so hospitable.
Anytime.
I'm nice and energized. I'm ready to get into the kitchen. Check this out. A little present from Mark.
Hey, it's
little
our coffee.
pick-me-up coffee blend here.
Hey,
I'm going to put it right here. What do we have going on here?
Curried roasted vegetables.
First we start with?
A little bit of the lentils. roasted garlic. And these are our roasted vegetables. A mix of mushrooms, zucchini, sweet potatoes, and onion. This is our yellow curry sauce that we made earlier today with a little bit of coconut milk and yellow curry paste and a little bit of Madras yellow curry powder.
That is so pretty.
Turmeric, which gives curry spice its color, is also known for being an anti-inflammatory.
Fresh spinach in the bed here, and that'll wilt up perfectly once we get the heat on there. And just right over the spinach and rice.
It's nice and warm and unctuous. This I can't wait to try.
Unctuous.
Unctuous.
These are some roasted peanuts to give it a little texture. Raisins. I love raisins in curry. I think the flavors go really smashingly together.
Gonna make space for this.
And there we go.
You know, I'm satisfied just looking at that.
All right, I think we got a little bit of everything.
You have the jasmine rice, which is really floral. And then you have the butteriness that comes through with the coconut milk and also the avocado. Genius.
There's a lot of vegetables that are mixed in with this, so I'm not getting too many carbs. It's got this nice curry taste to it.
Your food is fantastic. This space is so lovely and warm. And when I'm back in town, we're gonna cook some more dishes together.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye.
Bye-bye.